When it comes to TCPIP, we have another important topic known as port, right? So why we need port? Basically, if you take any device, right? This device has only one logical address. We are calling this address IP address. But by using this one IP address, we are going to access different services, right? For example, we are going to browse the internet, then after we are going to send some information or email. For each and every task, we can't use same IP address actually, right? On that time there will be a misunderstanding. So we need to prevent this one. For that, we are assigning our IP address with the combination of the port number, right? For example, for the HTTP we are using port number 80. For the FTP we are using port number 21. For the SSH we are using port number 22. So we are assigning port number with our IP address. So when you take TCPIP model, so we are giving a logical endpoint, that means IP address for our end device or node. Then after, based on the service, we are giving a port number, right? So port number will play a crucial role when directing our incoming network traffic to different application, right? So a port is a 16-bit number. This is a 16-bit number used to identify a specific application and service. It could be a file transfer, email, HTTP, these kind of services. TCP or Transmission Control Protocol and UDP, User Datagram Protocol, specify the source and destination port numbers in their packet headers and that information. So when you take a TCP/IP header, we have a separate section for the port number. Application that provide services such as FTP and HTTP servers open a port on the local computer and listen for connection request. So for example, if we are going to get the FTP request, on that time we have our port open, then at our computer will listen for that particular connection, right? So then after, here you can see we have one example. We have client, then after we have server, right? So we have one IP address here, we have another IP address here. Based on the request, it will use different port number. For example, here we are using HTTP request. On that time we are using port number 8 in the server. If it is a file FTP, file transmission protocol, on that time it will use port number 21. So based on the requirement, we are changing our port number. When it comes to port numbers, we have port numbers from 0 to 65,535. Then after, we have well-known port number. That means these port numbers are reserved for the system services, right? So well-known port numbers are from 0 to 1023, right? From 0 to 1023 are well-known port numbers. Then we have from 1024 to 49,151. So these port numbers are assigned for the specific application and services. Then we have remaining port numbers for the dynamically allocation for the temporary connection, right? So we'll discuss some port numbers. Basically port number 20 and 21 we are using for the file transfer protocol, FTP. Port number 22 SSH, that means secure. We are going to create a secure tunnel between devices, right? Then after, you can use this tunnel to use as a remote access or send your information in the encrypted way. Then after, we have port number 25 for the email. After that, port number 53 domain name system, DNS. Port number 80 HTTP hypertext transfer protocol. Then under HTTPS, port number 443. We have these port numbers, right? We have around 65,000 port numbers, but basically first, that means from 0 to 1023 port numbers are used for the system services.